What happens when 5 Armenian slingers meet 6 Huskals in a tournament battle? Will the Armenian slingers be able to fire all of their ammunition and kill all of them? Or will the Jute axe rush be just too much for the assassinates to handle? It is a big opportunity, so the question more is, will you capture it or just let it slip? So with sweaty palms and weak knees, we enter the first game of the first round in the Total War Competitive League, as I'd like to call it, Total War Champions League tournament, winter tournament, hosted by, is it the summer tournament? I don't know. Hosted by Takisakis from the Sith clan. So I'm faced up against Siguror, or Siguros, as I'd like to call him. Siguros is a very nice band you guys should check out. I think it's an Icelandic band. Beautiful music. So I've taken the Assassinates as my first game, and he has taken the Jutes. The rules of the TWCL tournament are a bit different from the regular tournaments of Attila. It is a total of 6 of the same units, and that makes a huge difference. That is the one big difference between this and other tournaments. You can bring 6 of the same units, and a total of 6 cavalry, not including the general. So that at once makes factions like Jutes and Burgundians nigh unstoppable. So Siguros over here has brought a total of 4 Huskals and 2 Royal Huskals as his axe line, and he's also brought a Nordic Raid Leader General. Of course, there is no limit on the number of double-handed axes that you can bring either. He's also brought a total of 6 Nordic Horse Slots. He's put a couple of experience upgrades on each, and looks like he's brought 1, 2, 3, 4 Nordic Band in the center with a Herdman and 2 Nordic Hurlers on the flanks. With the Assassinates, I knew with the Jutes there's no way I'll be able to win this fight if I didn't get a lot of Armenian Slingers and a lot of Pushtikban. So I brought a total of 6 Pushtikban, 2 on either flank and then 2 in the center. I've also brought a total of 5 Armenian Slingers. And then I've brought a total of 3 Persian Brigade, whom I'm interspersing with my Pushtikban so that they can, come in to maybe absorb a charge easily from the Jutes and then let my Pushtikban charge in later. And I've brought a total of 3 Dalemite Warriors with a Spapet General. The Dalemite Warriors behind my flanks. So immediately I'm trying to fire with my Armenian Slingers, and I'm pushing up with my Armenian Slingers here as well, because the Armenian Slingers have such excellent shields that I don't need to be afraid of the Nordic Hurlers firing and killing any of them. These guys have already slaughtered around 30 Huskals, and more of them are dying, even though they're targeting the Nordic Horse Slots because of the way accuracy works in this game, which is actually a bonus for me. I've used Precision Shot too, which is just completely annihilating these Nordic Horse Lords and making their charge even less effective than it would be. The Persian Brigade doing a good job of stopping some units and then letting the Nordic Horse Lords attack them. Meanwhile, my Pushtikban is just destroying this one Nordic band. They've already lost 7 men because he did a good job firing some precursors and some Nordic Hurler fire onto them before. So I charged through these Nordic band, destroyed them, and now I'm going to charge into these Nordic Horse Lords. Again, the precursor javelins from these guys was pretty devastating. And it doesn't look like my Pushtikban are getting too many kills, although they are getting quite a few kills on the Nordic Horse Lords. So while not many in number, they are very tough, very high value kills. The Herdman here got charged at, but he put shield wall and put them in a dense formation. Very, very smart play by Siguros there. So the Pushtikban really not going to do too much there. Pulling back my Armenian Slingers, one of them have already got a single experience upgrade. The other one on the flank has destroyed one of these Nordic Horse Raiders. Not really sure why he brought them. Now these Persian Brigade are just going to absorb the charge from these Nordic Horse Lords, and then give enough time for my Armenian Slingers to kite back maybe, and then bring so that I can bring these Dalemite Warriors as well to just charge in and hold off. I've killed off a lot of his cavalry, but he's killed off a lot of mine as well. He's lost 2 cavalry units so far. He's got some Nordic Horse Lords that are pretty depleted at this point, and his Huskals are charging into my Dalemite Warriors, which is not good. I have to pull back my Pushtikban Cataphracts. They're down to 33 units because his Herdman. He did a great job with his Herdman there. And now I'm pulling back my Armenian Slingers, bringing in my Dalemite Warriors, and on the far side I'm going to charge in with my Pushtikban. Got some kills on his Nordic Horse Lords, it looks like, and some kills on his Nordic Horse Raiders. Really not sure why he decided to bring them, especially since there was a max of 6. Maybe he didn't have enough money. Here, Persian Brigade just stopped the charge of these Herdmen and then getting rear charged by Nordic Horse Lords, although that's perfect for me because that just gives me even more time to pull back my Armenian Slingers. Dalemite Warriors, they got actually 73 kills before they routed. And this is just a huge, beautiful axe blob that is just so delicious for my Armenian Slingers that, they're just going to get so many kills in just a matter of seconds, basically. Let's see, it doesn't look like I'm targeting them though. Royal Huskarls here, they are going to be slow. Now that they are heavy in mass, I believe, that's going to make them even slower, so it allows me to pull back my units even more effectively. Pushtigban pushing through the Dalemite warriors who are retreating and then getting a charge in. They're already very depleted, so... and here, ooh, this is a massive blob which my Pushtigban are just going to crash into the rear of. The initial Pushtigban charge was not all that great. They only got 42 kills, which is really shit. But then the rear charge from this Pushtigban were made up for that by getting 201 kills there. Also got a full strength Pushtigban on the rear there. Now let's just put this in cinematic mode, because these Royal Huskarls, so many of these Huskarls here. But all I have to do is bring in one Dalemite warrior, as you can see over here, and then hold down these Huskarls while my Armenian slingers just do the dirty work. So more and more of these Nordic band and Nordic hurlers dying. Armenian slingers on the far side just crashing into these guys. 73 kills with some of them, and you know, once they get a couple, like a minute or so, look at look at the slingshots. So many of these Huskarls dying. That is the huge mistake that Sigurdos made. You cannot bring all of your Huskarls into one blob. And the general is very depleted at this point. I bring my Sparbet to get a rear charge in. He gets 67 kills and then I'm forced to pull back. There's just too much of crossfire going on for this to be a good move. And look at that. So they're taking so much casualties from the Huskarls there. And from my Armenian slingers. More from my Armenian slingers, because they were targeting the, I think, a retreating Nordic horse lords. And that's honestly where I got most of my casualties for this Sparbet. Here, full strength Pushtigban just charged into that delicious blob there. And he blobbed his units up way too much in this game. And that's what allowed my Armenian slingers to get that many kills. Double experience, 219 kills with Armenian slingers here. This herdman is now going to die to the Dalemite warrior. He did very well with the herdman. Have to give him that. Very well done. 2 Armenian slingers with double experience chevrons. 2 Armenian slingers with almost 200 points, or 200 kills. One with 123, another with 162, and one with 141. Those are just numbers of kills that you cannot give Armenian slingers. Especially if I brought 5. Like, this was my dream scenario. Jute Rush can be really hard to beat, but if your opponent blobs up and he gives you enough time to fire with your Armenian slingers, this Sassanid build can be so deadly against them. His Nordic raid leader is down to 17 units. Looks like the game is lagging a little bit. Weird. And now they're going to maybe charge into my Persian brigade, although they're just so depleted at this point. 8 units left. Some of the units have come back from retreating. There was lots of army losses, and the one problem with the Huskarls is that they have low armor. Oh, sorry, low morale. Well, they have a couple of problems. They have low morale and low armor. And no missile block chance, which is what lost him this game. Sparbet here going to charge into the last remaining Nordic horse lords, but it looks like one of these Huskarls is actually back from routing. 48 units left in them, and they could possibly kill. That's how deadly these guys are. They can still kill my Sparbet general, but I still have so many of these Pushtigban cataphracts, full strength Pushtigban, that it's really not going to make much of a difference. 2 full strength Pushtigban at the end of this game, and one with like 45 men. It's going to be too much for the few Huskarls left in the army to really make much of a difference. Some of my Pushtigban did well, but all in all, Pushtigban could have done a much better job. But I didn't really need them to do a good job if I had these Armenian slingers doing the work for me. So yeah, the sweaty palms and the weak knees weren't really needed. It was a fairly comfortable victory, and this is kind of slightly decent Sassanid counter build for the Jutes, but it does depend on your opponent making mistakes. Of course, you can't win against the Jutes if your opponent doesn't make any mistakes, especially in these tournament rules. But yeah, should be a fun battle for you guys to watch. I mean, you just saw a bunch of double-handed axes get slaughtered by slingers, which is what I like to see anyways. And stay tuned for game 2 and possibly game 3. No, actually, no, this is a best of 2 only because this is a group stage. So yeah, stay tuned for the next game. Peace.